Minecraft. A world of blocks and imagination. But of course you know that. It's freaking Minecraft. I mean, like, the numbers are undeniable. I mean, look at that. It's crazy, bro. But with such a big game, it comes to why it is so big, and it's because it's super customizable. You can do anything. Everyone could be anything. You could do combat. Redstone is some sort of engineering, cool, techie stuff. I don't know, I don't get redstone. You could build, you can fight, combat, and all that. You can just survive. You can open world, you can adventure. There is so many different possibilities. But I mean, with the main base game, survival, normal mode, whatever, base, normal Minecraft, because obviously you got other things like mini games in like Hypixel and stuff. But with the base game, everyone's journey is always gonna be different. Especially because there are a lot of different variations of the world layout. Like, here, I'll slap down the number here. There are a lot of possibilities in the world makeup. And with this, every single playthrough will always be different, no matter how similar, I'd call it a method, your method of survival. There's always gonna be at least a slight variation in every single thing. So that's what I'm gonna be here for. I'm gonna show you my method. I'm gonna show you how to play Minecraft my way. Alrighty, first off, I would say one of the most important things in deciding a start of a world is creating it in the first place, the creation of the world. And this is probably something the one thing I'm the most stingiest about in an entire playthrough of Minecraft, is getting a good spawn. I'll constantly rewrite it and redo it and all this, just so I can get what I normally look for is a decently sized village and a decent looking forest or a plains biome. That's kind of what I look for, but that's kind of the baseline of how a world I like starts. And you want some mountains and stuff too, so that wouldn't be too bad. Alrighty, so I'm gonna timestamp it kind of. This How to Minecraft will be the first 50 days of my main playthrough. That's what I'll say it's gonna primarily be looking at right now. Alright, so finally, for day 1, or should I say day 1 to 4, first 4 days, get standard stuff. One little thing, I don't know, I mean, some people might know, some personal friends might know, but I'm kinda good at playing Minecraft. Decent enough to consistently get to the end before everyone else. If need be, I can go crazy. And crazy enough to actually have it down in an hour within the first 4 days. That's what the 4 days are. So standard progression, you get wooden pickaxe, stone pickaxe, iron, and now you're in the nether. If you don't know why it seems so fast, looking up a couple videos about speedrunning should spell it out, because it's just a standard of all you need is a bucket, really. You just need a bucket and a flint and steel, which is 4 iron, which is like the most likely outcome from killing an iron golem. That's why it's super good to be in a village, is you get all the loot, you get all the wood, and you get the access to iron immediately. And if need be, like in my hardcore, if you've watched that, you can spend a little bit extra time and be much more safe in the nether. But after those couple of minutes of kind of fast-paced doing things, now it's on to the nether. Nether's pretty simple. I mean, obviously not. It's kind of one of the hardest spots in the game to be in. But making your way through, if you know what you're doing, just treading carefully, I should say. And by day 4, I have all the materials, or around day 3, I would have all the materials needed, all the progression, beds, bow, an arrow, sword, armor, all the works. And then finally on day 4, I beat the Ender Dragon, yeah. And the reason why I like doing it this way almost every time and progressing this quickly, it obviously varies every single time, but it's around day 4, around an hour. But by that time, when you're in the end, you raid end cities. Once you raid enough of them, one, you have Elytra, really, really good item to have. The best item in the game to have, pretty much. Having pretty much full enchanted, because if you raid enough, you'll have a pretty decent set of both gear and tools to your disposal, if I can freaking say that correct. And besides an axe, hilariously enough, end cities don't usually have axes. They don't spawn with axes in the chest. So a diamond hoe and the diamond axe are the only diamond tools you can't get from the end cities, which are easy enough because once you're perfecting your gear we're now on day around 6 to 8 or 10 or so. That's when you start perfecting your gear with a trading hall. Because if you spend around, it would be 30 minutes inside the end for getting all your gear. 30 minutes is enough, especially if you have something like chunk base. If you don't like that, then having a high render distance or having like a, what is it called? Bounding boundaries. It's not even the right mod, yet I still tried to say that. But, whatever the one that increases your render distance that isn't Bobby, because Bobby is meant for marking down chunks you've already been in, and not chunks you want to see further out. But anyways. So by day 10, you have pretty decent gear, and some fun stuff is coming up. Now on to the bit that is the longest, I'd say, the most unique in the way that you can change up the steps if needed to, like, however you wanted to. It's kind of just, I'll tell you the way I do it, but most of these things that I do in here will be able to do in different orders and stuff like that. And also, it is, I'd say, for me, one of the funnest parts about doing a survival playthrough. I like to call it future-proofing or building farms. Building farms is my favorite. Farms are just so cool in Minecraft because you're isolating features and mechanics in this game to infinitely reproduce a certain item like stone or wood. And it's super, I just love it how you can harness these type of abilities in the game. And that's probably why from day 11 to around 30, I kinda just build farms. Granted, they are with a it's not willy-nilly. They are built with a purpose, like stone or smooth stone and other items like that, like lava, food, other miscellaneous blocks, sand dupers, all the fun stuff. And it makes the game a lot more easier and allows building to greater heights, especially because I don't want to tear down an entire mountain, spending hours tearing down a mountain, just so I can get enough stone to build a castle. Now, the main question arises when you're deciding on where to start and what to start. Like, what farm should I really just start with? And what I normally do, instead of just willy-nilly throwing farms around, I like to find a big farm or a building or whatever I want to do and just build farms based off of what I need. Like, stone farms are almost always the first thing you go for. Making maybe like a lava farm as well with a dripstone. But that's why I love playing and doing Minecraft in this way. This is my method of doing so. With the amount of flexibility with what you can do with these first 50 days and the amount of things being done. And this all culminates, right? That's the word. All culminates into one thing for day 40 through 50. Alrighty, now it is on to day 35 through 40 to 45. I'll just say 45. And this is where I prepare. I'm already over prepared, but prepare for the Wither fight, which is always super fun, especially because, I mean, the Warden, you're not supposed to fight that boss. So the Wither is truly the final boss of Minecraft till you've gotten them all. Plus, also the beacon is super duper overpowered, especially if you place them all over your base. Now for the preparation, it normally resides within making a farm, obviously. Making a farm so you can get enough skulls, or just finding them. Just flying in between, because now you have an elytra from day 10. And probably making, if you want, or setting up a little area in another roof to fight them, like a battle arena-esque. And then we finally get on to the Wither fight. And finally, for the grand finale, we celebrate day 50 with a Wither fight and a very brand new beacon using all the emeralds you've stacked up over your farming and trading. And the Wither Star to make the actual beacon, obviously. But that is pretty much it, and that's also why I love playing this way, because you can play this way as fast or as slow as you want. Each step can be as lengthy or as quick as you want it to. Obviously, there's a certain limit to how fast or how long you could stretch something out for. And it secures the future of the world, allowing you to get a lot of different materials. A lot of materials you'd be using a lot, most likely. And making it a simple access point so that when you want to do a bigger thing, or you want to continue the world, or do anything, build an arena, fight some mobs, fight the Ender Dragon several times, you'll have the materials to do so. And that is why I play like this, and that is how I play Minecraft. Well, that's that. That's how I play Minecraft. Sorry for the late and also not the most quality video ever. This was a new format of video. I wasn't entirely sure how to do this, and I know it's probably not the greatest video in the universe that is like this. So I do want to do this again eventually in the future. But for now, this is kind of what it is. But anyways, I'll see you all later. Bye, peoples. Oh, no.